I'm pretty sure smart glasses are going to take a large market share away from phones. Like, it seems like the technology is getting pretty damn good. Now, I think this is going to be very helpful for my personal life. I'll give you a little bit of a story and example why I think this. So the other day, I was going to my grandmother's. She's 96 now. And a lot of people, they always ask her, like, what's your secret to success in terms of living for so long? What's your secret? Is it, the Japanese diet? What is it? And she always has this little funny joke, which is she likes to drink a little bit of whiskey on the rocks every single day. So that's what her secret is, she reckons. So yeah, she ran out of whiskey. I had to go pick it up for her. And there was all the bottles of whiskey at the store, and like they have different prices, right? And they have like with the same one, same brand, same whiskey, but different sizes. And obviously, the larger the size, usually the cheaper. But I was just thinking, because it didn't show like the price per mil, I thought I'll just get out ChatGPT, take a photo of it, and work out what is the exact difference. So it worked out. I think there was like a 3% cheaper for that medium, and then 5% cheaper for the large. I'm like, I could have taken me ages to work that out, but it was a little bit weird because I had to stand there, take a photo of it like this, and I looked like a cheap ass. Like, I didn't really care about the price, but I was just curious because I just never worked it out. I thought, with ChatGPT these days, I use it for absolutely everything. I may as well, run it as a little experiment. So I reckon in that case, imagine we could just chuck on some glasses and ChatGPT's inside of the glasses and it can see exactly what you're looking at. And then you can just ask it, hey, what's the price difference here of that? It's a lot more seamless. Obviously, you wouldn't be wearing these glasses like this. This is obviously for sport, so you look ridiculous. But if you're wearing, like the Meta Ray-Ban glasses or something like that, it probably makes a lot more sense. So I feel like, if you're going about your life, if you're going around trying to find directions for things, you're bringing up Google Maps and that type of stuff, then I feel like it makes more sense because we're always putting our head down looking at our screen and we don't know, that thing of like, I've been guilty of it where you're walking in the city, you're trying to find the place that you're trying to go to, a restaurant or something, you want to go tuck into some beautiful food. And then, you're not minding your own business correctly and you're disturbing people, I've been guilty of that. Imagine it's just all built into the glasses, and it already is. It's just a better experience. And for me as well, like, I go and travel to Bali quite frequently. So I'm on every quarter at least, I'm flying back and forth between Melbourne and Bali. And on the flight, I'm just cranking out my phone, just looking at this. It's not good for the neck. And yeah, you can put it up onto the back of the seat in front of you, but then what is that? What is that? That's a tiny ass screen. I want a great experience. So then imagine if we put these on, there's like 100-inch TV in front of us, and then we can just sit up nice and straight. It's not putting any strain on our neck. It's actually extremely convenient. So I think that's another use case for it. Another one as well is like in Bali, for me, I'm always going to cafes, and I like to work in cafes. Why? Because in the hospitality, like I come from the hospitality space, our company Headstart Capital's in the hospitality space as well. So I want to go to the nicest cafes and, just observe. I want to observe, see what they're doing, see if I can implement anything that, I notice into our company. But as well, just for the vibes. Like I feel like having good vibes allows me to be more productive. So if I spend $20 or $30 at the cafe, I will make up for it in the amount of work that I do in the moment. So it's actually a good investment or a good trade. But a lot of cafes, right? I feel like it is kind of rude. Like I try to go to a big cafe where they never get fully booked and then set up the laptop, and it looks a little bit weird because I got a big 17-inch laptop, the LG Gram. It's a beautiful laptop because it's less than a kilo for that, 17 inches. That's a big size. And yeah, that's why it's called the gram, because it's still only grams. And I have like a little stand for it. I set it all up. But honestly, I look a little bit, like I'm up myself. Imagine, put on the Ray-Ban glasses. It's no longer 17 inches. It's 100 inches, right? And you can sit back, relax, and it looks like you're minding your own business. You're not pumping away, looking like you're up yourself. So I feel like that is the future. I feel like that's where it's heading. When I'm doing my research now, it seems like everybody's coming out with a pretty damn good offering. You know, there's Meta, there's who else is there? There's Google. They're just releasing their XR, so that's like the augmented reality. These guys, they're all coming out with it. Obviously, Apple's got their big virtual reality headset. Yeah, I feel like you eventually got to get it down to this type of form factor. You know, like I have been tossing up as well. Samsung just released their latest VR headset. I've been tossing it up. Should I bring that on a plane? You know, wear that. But again, you look a little bit weird and you look a little bit up yourself like a bloody astronaut. I don't know. Like, obviously, you shouldn't care about what other people think about you, but I don't know. I don't want to be that guy that's wearing these big goggles sitting next to someone. If I could afford, you know, first class and I don't have to be next to anyone, all right, I think that's a different story, but I'm always still flying economy and yeah, I always get the aisle seat because I always like to go to the toilet, stay nice and hydrated on the plane. So imagine I'm wearing this in the aisle seat, and then when someone wants to go past me, they got to go past the astronaut. It doesn't really sit well with me at the moment. So yeah, I think that's the use case for these augmented reality glasses. I feel like, especially for like Facebook or Google, which kind of missed out on the phones. You know, obviously the phones controlled the world for like the last 10, 20 years. I feel like, you know, it's already gone. Like, would you, if you were running these companies, would you invest heavily to try to compete against Apple, Samsung, you know, and the Chinese brands? I think it's already too late. I think Zuckerberg is doing it right by creating, you know, the form factor of the glasses. I think he's onto it. And that's why I personally want to stay invested in Meta. It's a significant investment on the eToro portfolio, the public portfolio. And I want to stay invested for the future because I think it is the future. Anyway, we'll wait and see what happens. But I think in the next 5 years or so, the tech will be so great and it'll start chewing up the market share from our phones. And, you know, right now, if you think about it, not many people are using these things. I still haven't even bought a pair. You know, we're talking the Meta glasses. I still haven't bought a pair, but I'm starting to get, you know, over the line and really considering buying a pair soon. Anyway, that's it for the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. See you in the next